Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the opening week of the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament here on SpeedGaming. We have 2 for the price of 1 tonight. 4 racers, Classic One, Jaylow, proa007, and sharky2107 in groups B and F, respectively. They're going to be playing the same seed, but it is the head-to-head matchups that are going to count here in this round-robin play. Hi, everyone. LOZ Cards Fan 23 here. And joining me in the commentator's booth is my good friend, the Crazy Dude. Are you ready for another exciting SMB3 Randomizer Tournament?
I think I am. So, quickly, what world do you think we're getting first?
Well, if we're dealing with the flags that I think we're dealing with, I believe that's going to be in order. But if they do both races, then it could be randomized, unless we're doing that right now.
Oh, but of course. Well, we can explain everything as we go, and we're off! Oh, and we see 2 forts all here, but only one of them has to be majorly dealt with.
Yeah, absolutely here, and there, of course, is the Vanilla 1 fort, because this is World 1. These are the first set of tournament flags that we are dealing with right now. In the second race, if there is one, then the worlds are going to be randomized.
We see Pro and opting for the Boom Boom kill. Meanwhile, Sharky's going for the item. Jaylow also getting a mushroom too.
Yep, looks like a couple players are going for the top round, a couple players are going for the bottom round, taking down Boom Boom and picking that lock. So, well, it's 3F2 that we have here for the second fort, which means 3F2 will not be in World 3.
Oh yeah, that's an important thing to note on these flags. All the regular stages are what they're supposed to be, but the forts are still randomized.
Yes, that is correct. If there is a second fort that's not supposed to be here in World 1, it could be any fort. That fort will then not appear in World 3. So we know for sure that if there is going to be a second fort in World 3, it's not going to be 3F2, it's going to be something else.
And Sharky, yeah, looking like they all handle their Boom Boom kills very nicely. Look, from the looks of things, Sharky off to possibly an early lead.
It definitely looks like Sharky is ahead of Jaylow at this point, but it is anybody's game.
Ah, yes, 1-2. One of my favorite stages, if you believe it, early on.
Now, by the way, the runners on the left are one matchup, and the runners on the right are another matchup. So Classic One is going up against Jaylow7 in Group B, and proa007 is going up against sharky2107 in Group F.
So, Cards, I gotta ask, what have you thought of the action so far? Oh, meanwhile, Jaylow takes a death. Oh,
Yeah, the early death there for Jaylow, you hate to see that, Crazy Dude.
Meanwhile, with Pro and Sharky, they're on their way to a coin ship. But shortly after, they'll be facing Larry.
Yes, indeed, Larry Koopa, the boss of World 1, or Cheatsy if you call him in the cartoons.
Oh, and we have a hammer.
Nice. That's a good, valuable prize, because not only can they break the boulders, but they can also pick locks as well. So we'll see if Pro is able to use it wisely.
Meanwhile, Sharky looking to Pro is going to be the first into World 2 because Sharky opted for some extra coins. Ooh, Classic One taking a hit there. Nothing too terrible, but he's got it. See how Sharky handles his fight with Larry. And he's got it.
Good question. If you game over, you have to go back to the beginning. Now, if you've completed any forts, those are done with, and the locks will have already been broken. But any panels that you've cleared, you got to do those all over again. Yep, that's correct. The beginning of the world that you are currently on if you take that game over.
However, any boulders or Hammer Bros you've defeated will still be off the map. I think. Oh, and we've gotten a look at the board for the cards from Proa, and got a few matches, it appears. Proa entering the pyramid now. This should be no real problem. Ooh! Sharky taking an unfortunate hit there. Jaylow was left standing around there waiting for the Starman to run out, because you can't exactly do anything there. And Pro is through with World 2. He'll be on to the seaside soon enough. Meanwhile, it looks like Sharky's struggling a little with the pyramid, but he finally gets through. Ooh. Most unfortunate for Jaylow there. And there's a cloud for Jaylow. That could be important for later. Oh, and evidently we have a dream pipe in World 3. And with Sharky continuing to struggle, Pro has opened up a definitive lead.
Okay, sorry about this. I was told I was needed here, and why am I seeing a boss bass on Jaylow's side?
Yeah, you know what? I think it just is obligatory. Has to happen at least once, right?
Fair enough. Evening Steam guest Wolfman2000 here, aka Danstad, to help out a little bit. So far we have kind of an interesting race here. Why don't you explain what's going on?
Well, it looks like Sharky struggled a little bit during World 2, and Pro has opened up a lead as a result. And meanwhile, it looks like Jaylow has also struggled a little too, and Classic has taken advantage of that as well.
Every advantage we can take care of, we need to. Okay, hopefully we will have LOZ Cards fan back in here soon. In the meantime, ooh, 4-2. There's a level with many memories. That's the one level I feel that should have had a boss bass, if anything.
You know what? I agree, especially with that Starman you get at the midpoint. Just to slow you down a little.
Oh well. In the meantime, go ahead.
Meanwhile, we see Lava Fort on Jaylow's side.
While Sharky now has music as his ally. And, ooh. And, oh, double ew. I missed that World 2 had 2 locks, and Sharky was forced to use a hammer to break that lock to get to the airship.
Yeah, meanwhile, I was looking at Pro having to deal with that hotfoot right there, and he opted for the lower path.
Sorry about that, just had an unexpected message here. Alright, we are good, as it looks like Proa wants to load up on at least a pair of mushrooms, and some flowers. Of course, that's not really what it is, but a little inventory check will reveal... Nice, B-Wing.
Never gonna have too many of those, especially when it's a very platform-esque level.
Indeed.
And we're already to the airship. Ooh, man. Proa just flying.
Same with Classic. They are practically synced here. As Jaylow taking on his own battles with the, I always forget if they're Sledge Bros or Sumo Bros. They're the big beefy ones that have just gone down.
Yeah, they were there, and you blinked and missed them.
While Sharky is dealing with what some call the Donut Fortress, because those are donut lifts. Why they're called donut lifts and not do not lifts, I don't know, maybe it's a translation error.
Sharky getting the fire kill on that boom boom there. Always a great thing if you can get it.
Alright, Jaylow now taking on Morton Koopa Jr., and down goes the Big Mouth. And, ooh, look at that World 5. A forced fortress to build a bridge, and oh, I like what Pro was doing!
Oh, I know what he's going for.
Yep.
I approve, because you never see this.
Up here, if you fly or use a P-Wing, you get an item that can end the stage, and today, well, P-Wing for P-Wing.
Yeah, that is always a cool level end if you can pull it off. It's not very easy, but when you can pull it off, it's worth.
By the way, didn't we already see the second Fortress of World 5 here already?
Yeah, we did. We already saw the lava fort.
Well, we're seeing the ground version right now. So, if I'm recalling my fortress logic correctly, we're gonna see a 10th stage icon here, right? Well, as our top two runners are going for the sky in 5-8, Sharky taking out some boomerang bros, and comes back with another P-Wing. These P-Wings are being spread out like hotcakes today.
Never have too many, right?
Fair enough.
Meanwhile, we see Jaylow going for the very unorthodox method of trying to get through this level.
I commend the effort.
I do too.
Alright. Go for it.
No, I wasn't keeping track of what I was looking at. I'm sorry.
It's okay. We're watching 4 fast runners going at it. It's not always easy to keep up.
Yeah, it's not like we can watch it all at once. I mean, we try, but... Ooh, back into the drink Jaylow goes, but can he get back up? Yes, he can.
And Classic, I didn't double-check the numbered tiles as we approached, but I am hoping that this dive into 5-9 is worth it, as Sharky is taking a nice, calm approach through Iggy's airship.
For all we know, that could be mandatory. Meanwhile, Jaylow gets stomped.
Oh, I don't think it was. Pro was able to get around it. And now, time for the bullying Koopa kid called Roy. Bully no more.
Roy's our boy, ain't he? Well, not this Roy.
I mean, nothing wrong with fighting for your friends. Oh, I don't think Classic was fighting for the right friends there. Fell into the 5-6 big pit.
He was thinking about using that anchor to figure out if it was worth it later on if he picked up others later on.
Alright, Jaylow picks up a hammer, while Sharky is gonna have to go through 5-1 the old-fashioned way. And, oh, I like Pro's idea. I mean, N-Card's provided a P-Wing already. What else is in this mystical game?
Maybe a hammer suit? Another anchor?
Well, we got a match. We got 2. We got 3. And 3.
Cloud, Tanuki, and Mushroom. So the 20 coin was the Tanuki. And the star was the mushroom. I think that makes the fire flower the cloud.
Sorry to interrupt, I was noticing Jaylow's side. Jaylow is down to just 1 life left. And of course, it has to be 3-8 with Vanilla Boss Bass. This is never a good place to be. Alright, Boss Bass is down, but you only have about 5 in-game seconds to get to good ground before he comes back.
They put those vines all over the place so that you can remember to use them once the tide goes up.
Alright, it looks like Jaylow is good there, as Proa is going through World 6 airship. Classic is already taking care of the correct fort to build the bridge, as Sharky is now in the sky. As we welcome everyone from Speed Gaming 4. Hope your recent event went well. We are here in the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament. We have 2 one-on-one matches going on simultaneously. Same seed. Ooh, Hammer Suit. Nice find by Jaylow.
And it looks like it's the door 6 fort for Jaylow as well.
Some like to try to go through the 3rd door and then hit up on that 1 frame to just, insta-warp your way up, but 6 is the safe door, and nothing wrong with safety. And Fred! Oh gosh, that's a nice message.
Yeah, I just saw that message a second ago. I wasn't sure if these are like community messages though.
Some were submitted, I believe. I may be mixing this up with another randomizer that Fred has helped make, one of the original Zelda 1 randos.
Yeah, I'm very well aware of that. Ooh, and Sharky finds the other pipe to the sky.
But here's the thing. Note, it's pipe, tower. And I don't know if Sharky... Okay, that's the part I was afraid of. So, the way that the Sky World works, and some of this tech probably should have been explained a little earlier, and I apologize for that.
No, if there's anyone to apologize, it's me. Let's be honest.
There's a lot to keep up with. Now, oh no, and this is... Okay, good. Sharky at least got in the pipe, so we're good there. Basically, Skyworld has 3 pipes and 1 tower. Tower counts as a pipe because of how it ends, but you just have to go through a big stage. So in this case, because there were effectively 3 pipes in the sky, we could have just taken one of them and ended up down there. As... Oh, looks like
What's going on Jaylow?
Probably just trying to calm down a little bit. I mean, sometimes these forts, airships can be a little rough. In the meantime, Classic is trying to take care of a clip in 7-6 where if you run, jump, hit the ceiling, and just land perfectly, and hope you get a sub-pixel thing, just like that, you clip.
Hey, he got it on his first try!
Crazy dude, I don't know if we were counting in the same system here.
No, those other ones were just practice shots.
Let's go with that, sure. Anyway, the Valley of Bowser, and Proa taking a strategy that I like to do whenever I attempt to speedrun this game vanilla, fly over. Though I usually take the bonus pipe instead, but this is where a P-Wing can help save you time. As we welcome in everyone from Speed Gaming 5, hope your race went well. We are currently in a double-header matchup between, I believe it's the TheClassicOne88 versus Jaylow7 and proa007 versus sharky2107.
Meanwhile, Proa just breezing right through his Air Force level. Pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it is kind of easy to... Well, not easy, just easier to handle airships and, you know, any airship that doesn't have any auto-scrolling anymore. The only stage with auto-scrolling in this flag set is 5-9, which we've already seen on Classic One side.
There's another one, but that only applies to flag set 2.
And we'll get there at the end of this race. Okay, that was an interesting hand bridge setup.
Meanwhile, look. Oh, we need to build a bridge. Maybe tanks will build it.
Tanks will never build it. Super tanks, though, will. This is not
knows
super
that,
tanks.
and he promptly leaves. Meanwhile, we see that Jaylow has gotten back in gear, and he's cleared World 3.
Nice, okay. Maybe just had to step away for a little bit. It happens, and oh, looks like Classic One's going through the Piranha Fortress. Oh, this is never fun. And as Sharky is ready to take on the World 6 airship, Proa gets grabbed, which is never a fun feeling.
At least he's got the easiest one. I mean, relatively.
But unfortunately, the hand rewards of a Lakitu Cloud, that's not really gonna help us today. We're mostly through all the required tiles, and there's our super tanks that we were looking for. But will this build the bridge we need?
It's a toss-up, because I did see the Navy marker on this map.
It could be. It could be.
Could be the fort. It is not.
Nope. We saw that lock break on that screen, so we know it's a different one. Perhaps the Dark Door Maze will be it, as Classic One can not make a total break for the World 7 airship, has to get through the Blue Pipe Special.
Ah, yes, the Great Maze.
Which is a better maze, 7-9 or the Dark Fortress that Pro is in right now?
I'm gonna go off the board and say the jail cell.
And which stage is that?
I know it's a World 7 stage.
I'm gonna need a little bit more detail to know which one you're talking about.
Yeah,
Well,
chat's got my back. Probably 7-5.
Oh, that stage. We don't like to talk about that stage.
Why's that?
It's nasty and evil. And there we go, Dark Door Maze is what we need. Proa is ready to invade Bowser Koopa's castle.
Yeah, he's armed to the teeth, with a Starman and a hammer suit. Not going for the swag clip, but may not need it.
Now, unfortunately, the Starman only provides temporary invincibility, which means at this point, one hit and we say bye-bye to the hammer suit.
Gets the clip, though.
And Proa is taking the bottom route. Those that have watched the tournament last year may be wondering, why are we taking this bottom route? We can now randomize the fireballs and laser statues on this end screen now.
He's lucky he didn't get beamed in the face with those statues on his lower path.
Alright, we are through the door, which means, hi there, Bowser Koopa.
And
Hi
bye there!
Bowser Koopa.
Ladies and gentlemen, get your GGs out in the chat. Proa will have won his first group play matchup race and enters the door with an official SRL time of 29:18.
Give me a second, I'm trying to find the right button to make sure that... There we go,
It's okay, I was confused too.
It's all good. Alright, Jaylow getting through 4-3. While Classic is ready to enter the Valley of Bowser. Sharky, almost there. Ugh, 8-1. I do not like this stage! Oh, and having the fire chomp did not help either.
Yeah, that was basically stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Oh, and speaking of stuck, Jaylow was given a parting shot by that hammer bro. And...
Looking a lot like Piranha Alley was mandatory.
Typically, we call Piranha Alley 7-8 and Piranha Fort the one
gotcha.
The one that Sharky just took a death in. Piranha Fort is a very dangerous fort, as we've already covered. You need precise platforming. Ideally, have a weapon or two.
Or you can just fly over everything.
Except you can't, because there's, first of all, the Thwomp Wall right here. And second of all, we are approaching what I like to call the Tunnel of Love. Two piranha plants that like to, approach each other, unless you choose to take them out like that. Oh! And then a second Thwomp Wall, just to make sure you're not too complacent. Still, as long as there are no issues with Boom Boom, Sharky is through.
Meanwhile, looked like TheClassicOne was playing the first little bit of tanks, and then decided to that. Wait a minute, that's not it.
So, similar to the secret ending of 5-1, you can get an item for beating the tank stage, or the army stage as I sometimes call it, just to complete the military theme. However, it's still a bit of a time loss to get that item, and it's not necessarily worth it all the time.
Yeah, especially if it ends up being something like a music box.
Which, in World 8, in this Tournament Flags 1 set, Music Box is kinda pointless at this stage. And oh, the crazy feet got Jaylow. There are two types of hot foot out there, folks. There are the normal hot feet that just, chase you when you're not looking at them, and what we call the crazy feet, which, they aren't shy, but they just move randomly. It's not the easiest thing in the world to deal with, but sometimes, that's how the randomizer goes.
But Jaylow's doing a good job not to give up, though.
Indeed.
You gotta applaud that effort. Hey, he even gets the star kill. Lucky him.
Does this mean we go orb?
I think you're at the wrong place for that.
Right. Ask me again in 5 months. Alright, TheClassicOne going through the Navy right now, hoping to find the right one that builds our necessary bridge, but that is the Dark Door Maze. while Sharky is ready to enter Ludwig's airship. Or to reference the cartoons, it would be Kooky Von Koopa's airship. And chat, no. It's not Hong, the wrong game series entirely. Ooh, Jaylow finds a hammer suit. Nice.
You mean this isn't Untitled Plumber Platformer?
No, we're not playing Up. I don't even know how that game normally plays, or have we stopped making video game tie-ins for movies these days?
Who knows?
Alright, Ludwig has quite a bit of health. One of the things we probably didn't mention, each Koopa Kid has between 1 to 5 hit points, and in this case that looked like 4, but still down. And Classic is now taking out another Boom Boom. I believe there is still one left, while this time Iggy is one of the 2 quaking kids here.
Must have had that extra bowl of Wheaties.
Oh, the hitboxes! Okay, sometimes Iggy likes to misbehave with hitboxes from what I've seen. And it's just, if you're not timed exactly right, you're going to get hit. That in combination with the earthquake stun effect, Jaylow, unfortunately, had no chance there. And oh no, a boomerang bro finishes the job!
Ooh, and that's a game over, too. Hope he continues.
In the meantime, Sharky right now trying to finish up 8-1, as TheClassicOne gets through with one more star kill against Boom Boom for good measure.
And he'll be on his way very soon to Bowser.
Alright, okay. I don't like that jump at the end of 8-1, but Sharky took it nice and slow. Nothing wrong with that. Oh boy, this part right here. There are some runners that are able to just run under the statues when they're big. I've never been able to, so I always like to jump over them, just like what TheClassicOne did.
That's perfectly legit. Making sure to be particularly careful. Gets the clip. Classic is opting for the top path, it appears.
Yeah, forced top in this case. As we mentioned earlier, lasers and fireballs are at different positions, and this time... Woo, that was a little close. Oh, and we almost had the final one cause a problem. But in this case, it's not a problem whatsoever.
Yeah, and once again, it's time to get your GGs out in chat. Yeah, for on our other matchup, TheClassicOne88 has finished first in his race with an official time of 37:58. Ooh.
And now we're just waiting for Sharky to finish. Also in World 8. And now in the pipe bridge, as we're calling it, because, well, the hand stages got moved elsewhere.
I gotta hand it to them to be able to be moving around so freely. No? Not good? Terrible? I'm sorry.
I can't judge, I've made plenty of bad puns on this booth, so...
Reasonable.
Alright, Sharky is choosing to play through the rest of the army stage. Who knows, maybe there will be a hammer suit. We haven't seen what's in this pipe yet. Nope.
Star always helps.
Vanilla Star, but in this case, I don't know if Sharky has any extras to spare. And now as Sharky tries to go through the Navy, again, we know this one's not the right one, but I understand, you know, if I were to play this seed and I knew that this was a stage with a boom boom in it, I would take it out too.
Leave no doubt, right? Oh, I saw that too.
And in this case, Sharky delivered a death to Boom Boom so great that, it looked partially censored on my end, but, Boom Boom, you get squished so many times.
Meanwhile, Sharky going back to check.
Nope, not that one. Again, we know that it is the Dark Door Maze today, but not everyone does. Ooh, managed to avoid a hand stage there. There are many that call World 8 the Great Equalizer, partially because of, well, how maze-like this place can be. As we now find the Air Force.
Yeah, this is normally a very tricky level with how fast the scroll is.
Fortunately, we don't have to worry about the auto-scrolling this time. Just have to take out another Boom Boom.
And he's got it.
Of course, there's one more left. The Dark Door Maze is where the final Boom Boom will be taken out in this seed. Just have to find where that fort is again, that's all. Oh, there it is.
It's right where it's always been.
Apparently, I've lost track of that. I do not have the best mental maps when it comes to these randos. There's a reason.
If you think you're having a tough time keeping up now, just wait until we get to our second races of the night.
Yes, where the level order is all random, the world order is all random, unless, of course, you count what happened earlier on SpeedGaming today, where it was the same order.
That's off-putting a little bit.
It's only like a 1 in 5,040th chance or something like that.
With odds like that, you better buy a lottery ticket.
And I see what Sharky's doing, but no, we do not have, we have to reactivate that P-switch as we welcome everyone from SpeedGaming 3 over. We are currently waiting for Sharky2107.
Oh, there he goes, he got it!
but in this case, the giant size didn't help.
Maybe you just wanted to do it for swag.
Could be. But with that, the final bridge has been made. Now we just have to refine the correct pipe. And there we go.
Taking out his star and putting on his hammer.
Now we just have to get through this castle and hopefully avoid chaos.
Well, it helps to avoid chaos when you throw hammers like that to kill ghosts.
Yeah, but the roto-discs cannot be taken out by the hammers.
Now, if only we had cheat codes to enable us to use shoes. Because that's one of the few things that the roto-discs fall to.
That may be, but at the same time, without the ability... There goes the hammer suit. Without the ability to, take off the shoe, that kind of makes some stages impossible.
And because he took the top path, he can't get an extra power-up! Wow!
The 3 strikes system to Bowser's castle. It's surprisingly effective.
That was beyond rude. That was obnoxious.
That right there is why some runners take bottom path now.
Well, when you put it that way, there's still a chance to be sniped by the statues before the lava on the lower path.
Fair point. Alright, Sharky going for this again. Just has to watch out for the fireball. And now, there you go. Get very close to the head of the statue and there will not be a problem. Which means it's now time to demonstrate how to take out Bowser Koopa when you do not have a projectile to use. Step 1, avoid fireballs.
Step 2, avoid the head.
Step 3, hug generously. Note, do not just hug anyone generously, always ask for consent.
Step 5, profit.
You skipped step 4.
That's the joke!
Oh gosh, I forgot that was a thing. I just gained another age today, and I am forgetting all of the different hip things people say.
It's okay. You can be out of touch just like me.
Fortunately, Sharky is in touch with how to defeat the King of the Koopas, and finishes with an SRL time of 47 minutes 43 seconds.
Meanwhile, I have no idea what's going on with Jaylow's side, because...
Alright, folks, we're gonna just step away for a little bit, double check some things. We will hopefully be back in a few minutes to start game 2, so just sit tight. We have to make sure all our runners are good and we can get a new room ready, but we will be back shortly. Hey, paisanos! We are back with more of the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament of 2020. We're just taking care of some final things before we start off Game 2. And for those that have just tuned in, we have TheClassicOne88 versus Jaylow7, proa007 versus sharky2107. I am Wolfman2000, and we are joined by the Crazy Dude.
I'm hoping for a lot more chaos this time.
Well, this is Tourney Flags 2 at this point, so assuming we don't have what happened the last time we were on Speed Gaming with Tourney Flags 2, we're going to have different world order.
Well, if it does happen, we know who to blame. Yeah, that's right. Me.
I'm used to rolling bad seeds. I know. So yeah, chat, get your predicted world orders in at this point. Remember, World 8 is still always the last one, but otherwise, anything can and will happen.
You know what? I'm gonna say 3.
You want the water world to be first.
Well, either that or ice. I don't mind either.
I mean, ice is nice. We're just trying to... Let's see. Honestly, I'm kind of partial to Giant Land myself.
Oh, that's always a favorite.
So regarding what else is randomized, to give you the short summary, because we're going to have a lot to deal with, similar to the first setup, we're removing most of the auto-scrollers. We still have the random Hammer Bros terrain going on. We still have our pipe shuffle. We still have our enemy shuffle. We still have our power-up shuffled. We still have our end card game, and those prizes are still random. But we've also reintroduced, potentially, some beta levels, or lost levels, or just other levels that were in the game but weren't properly accessible. We just cleaned them up a little bit and made them presentable. They may show up, they may not.
Alright, it looks like our runners are just about ready.
Yep, they are ready to hopefully avoid Boss Bass, Baby Bass, and any other types of bass and not bass.
You mean they also have to avoid Super Black Bass? Wait, wrong game.
For a moment, I thought you were going to say that we also had to avoid the singing bass from those old TV infomercials.
Well, they are pretty cheesy.
Yeah, but they don't go well with cheese. Then again, what fish does, anyway? I mean, unless you want to count salmon with cream cheese.
Oh, man. I could go for a bagel right now.
Alright, folks. We know you're hungry for food, and we know you're hungry for the actual race to start. Give it a few seconds, and our runners will take off.
Hey, Wizworld's got onto something. Tuna!
Fun fact, I'm not actually big fan of tuna melt, and uh-oh, we're already starting with World 1.
I bet this'll change. And we get, it appears, 2-3.
That is correct. The miniature multiple pyramids.
Kind of a weird enemy set for those first first couple pyramids, and now we get all these patooies.
Well, at least we don't have to worry about problems here. I may have spoken too soon here. Sharky took an unintentional death here.
Meanwhile, Proa's handled his first stage no problem. Same with Classic One.
And now 4-1.
This is again Anything that takes you to the big world is always a treat.
Well, fortunately, the enemies are behaving. As Sharky is waiting patiently. And there we go, through to 3. Well, looks like we're already starting with the Dark Door Maze.
Oh, what are you talking about? This is the best fort!
Alright, Crazy, why do you say this is the best fort?
Because the chat is right about it being the best fort.
You know I've seen plenty folks in chat saying it's the worst. Or second worst.
Oh, what do they know?
I thought you've learned that Twitch chat is often right on things, so if there are some that say worst and some that say best, how do you resolve that?
Settle it and smash?
Well, Boom Boom will not be participating in Smash. Classic One took him out. And Pro is about to follow suit here.
And as much as you hate to see it, we have to report that Jaylow just is having too many problems and has forfeited the race.
Oh well. Jaylow, we hope you get to come back strong in your future matches. As we are taking care of the donut bridge for both Classic and Proa.
Oh, and we get tanks. Oh, no, we get super tanks.
Yes, some call this super tanks, some call this the reserve.
The few, the proud. The broken tank, eventually.
Don't know if that's something we can say is few and proud here.
Well, regardless, Classic One handles it like a champ, and he says no to the card, but I can understand why.
Not everyone likes to go for the end card game. Ooh, a hammer from the bros there. Nice. And we are in the World 4 airship. Oh, watch out for those thrusters.
Meanwhile, looks like Pro was just looking for information at first and not necessarily matches.
Hey, knowledge can be power, especially in the... Come on, Larry, work with us on the hitboxes, come on. What is it with the...
Sorry, go ahead.
What is it with the Koopa kids these days and trying to provide hitboxes that just don't want to be fair?
They can be a heck of a thing.
Alright, Sharky entering the power-up room, and technically this is 5-5. And in this case, you use a leaf to get a leaf, but we also get some extra lives, which, as we've seen, can come in handy as... There we go, proper randomization. We are in World 7.
Okay, I want to ask you, are we going to see the room with the view?
Probably
I guess
not,
because... Yeah, we have the dream route.
Now, the way that the music box works, once you use it, you effectively have 2 levels in order to get past whatever obstacles you want.
Technically map transitions, because the pipes count technically as levels.
They have working timers, they count as levels. If you don't get out of them in the 300 seconds, you do lose a life. It's a level.
Unless you're playing the All-Stars version. Oh, Classic One takes a drop.
Alright, again, you get 2 opportunities here, so... we just get a second shot here. As Sharky wants to go to the end card game. 1 up, 20, no match. Flower, star, no match. You do not have 35 seconds to make your matches here. This is not classic concentration, sorry.
Well, I was hoping it wasn't. Where are we gonna get 8 cars to give away?
Fair point. Regardless, Classic One has managed to take out Ludwig von Koopa. As Proa... Oh no, Proa's taken the other way.
Maybe we will see the room with a view after all.
Oh!
There it is! I
The
love it!
whammy pipe!
Whammy pipe, or as I like to call it, the room with a view.
So... I think Classic used that hammer to get to that pipe early.
Oh yeah, I think there was a lock there.
There was. Oh, well, here's a rude start to the water world. Welcome back to Piranha Fort.
Meanwhile, Proa looking like he got nommed by... Yeah. Oh, I take that back.
There is a boss pass!
Yeah, but I think he might have gotten stomped before he got nommed.
It doesn't matter what type of death it is. Stomp, nom, pit, you name it. It's all the same result. One more retry gone.
I'm surprised he did not opt for the door to see the alternate enemy set.
Yeah, so one of the strategies you can use in 4-6 is just enter a door. Not only do you see what the other enemy set is for information, but Boss Bass just despawns at that point. Because where Boss Bass spawns in that level is almost always in that same position.
Oh, really? I thought it was because it was because you were entering a different room. Boss Bass may not necessarily be in that room.
From what every rando I've seen, by the way, hand stage for Classic One, so item coming up. What will it be for all three? Music box.
Nothing useful.
As Sharky is currently going through 6-4. So, to talk a little bit about Boss Bass, from what I've seen... Ooh, there's Fort Knox. Every time Boss Bass can spawn in a level, he always spawns in the same spot. So, it's always the specific sprite that Boss Bass takes.
I see. Meanwhile, Classic One trying to break the blocks to get to that switch and just get to the door of the abandoned fort to get his Tanuki.
Yep, we just have to wait for this sequence to run out. And Proa gets to relax a little bit because Ludwig von Koopa is gone. And it looks like Sharky is... Ah, okay, I have confirmation. Looks like if we were to see 5-2 and fall all the way down, there are many times where Boss Bass can spawn, but I'm talking initial sprite. Still, oh gosh, the Volcano Lotus, as some call it. Oh, and a missed input means Sharky has to redo the stage. As Pro is now approaching the Tunnel of Love, as Classic is ready
to... a drain pipe!
Get out of the water world, just has to get through Roy's airship first. Oh, Classic going for legitimate statue strategies, and nicely done.
The Tanuki kill. You love to see that, right?
I mean, actual statue stomps, and they were well timed to avoid damage and deliver some in return.
Well executed command, if you will.
Command, command, command. And
I wish I had command. I wish I had $5.
Well, did you know that if you had Amazon Prime, you could have Twitch Prime and thus help support this network or any of the other speed gaming networks?
Why, yes I did.
Well, That's not how the thing was supposed to go, but whatever. We are in 4-3 now on Classic side.
Looking like he's handling it very nicely. Meanwhile, Pro is doing his abandoned fort.
And Sharky is hopping across these. So we didn't actually see what item this was because the other skipped it and it was just a star. And yes, we did see a Karibo shoe in 4-3. But I would not recommend hopping into the shoe if you even could. There are very few times when you could actually knock the shoe out from under the Goomba. For two reasons. One, unfortunate death by Sharky. Two, 7-4 on TheClassicOne's side.
Well, this is made slightly easier because you're not dealing with the scroll.
That is fair. Alright, Proa is ready to finish off Waterworld. Classic thought he was done with Waterworld, but is now done with 7-4. And Sharky is now done with Ludwig and is about to enter the Waterworld. Interesting,
Oh, here we go again. Are we gonna see it?
No. Okay.
Oh, there we go! We got it again!
Oh, I was talking about seeing something else there, but... So, yeah, Classic got through 3-3 without a problem.
Another Tanuki appears!
Okay, how come I don't have this much luck whenever I mess with Dragon Warrior? It's like, where are the metal slimes?
I wouldn't know. My extent of Dragon Quest begins and ends with Fortune Street, sad to say.
Metal Slime is the, rare enemy that provides a lot of experience if you can find them and actually, knock the critter out before it runs away.
Oh, I know. Ooh! Sharky getting thwomped there.
And now the Tunnel of Love for Sharky gets through cleanly. As Classic One takes out Boom Boom, and Proa is done with 4-3. Ooh, well, there we go. That's the right fortress to take out. Note that there were 2 forts in World 2, so there's at least another world that is only going to have 1 less fort. Question is, which one will it be? Alright, Sharky, you've got this. Just finish off 7-2 strong. Or 7-4-2 strong, I should say. A 1, a 2, a 3, a boom, boom. How many stomps does it take to take out a Boom Boom?
The world may never know.
The world already knows. we saw the count. Oh, Morton Koopa Jr. trying to put in some effort, but nope. Classic takes out another Koopa Kid.
Meanwhile,
Go ahead.
Sharky getting his music box, and who knows what he's feeling? Probably nothing.
In the meantime, please follow our forerunners, TheClassicOne88, Jaylow7, proa007, and sharky2107.
We're finally seeing some matches. Let's see what we got from this Fire Flower, if we're going to be provided. No, it doesn't look like it, but we at least know we have one match.
And another hand stage, which means another music box, if I recall correctly. Yep. And Proa. There we go, Fire Flower. And that's it. P-Wing.
Yeah, that's not bad for Fire Flower.
Yep, the Fire Flower, Mushroom, and Star appear twice on the board. So those power-ups appear, well, twice, literally like that. And... oh, that was a long Hammer Bro sequence, but at least Classic One is able to get through. Oh, there's a Boss Goomba.
That's so weird. I love it.
That is, what you call, sprite limitations, to my knowledge. Fun fact, there has been some effort to try to port Boss Bass to other levels, like, say, the abandoned fort that Shark is about to finish. And, it hasn't fully worked yet, but when it does, we will all fear.
We will all fear Fred?
I'm not saying what we will fear, I'm just saying we will fear. Boss Bass does not like to take no for an answer, after all.
Yes, I just have to imagine Mario just wearing that shirt saying no fears, and then the randomizer, the new version of the randomizer with what you said happening, and then the shirt saying one fear.
Well, Proa is not fearing Morton Koopa Jr. Sharky...
oh, he was able to get the fire kill before he lost his fire! Very nice!
Sharky showing no fear against Wendy, and Classic showing no fear against Roy. That is 3 Koopa kids down, all within a short span of time.
Yeah. Currently different spots, but all a nice sync there.
And so Proa gets to enter the sky, Sharky gets to hear a baseball joke once again, and Classic manages to get to the ice.
And looking at the World 5 ground map, it doesn't appear tower is required.
Nope, it is not. However, getting through 5-6 here is, fortunately, nice maneuvering, and there you go. Classic is through another one. And, okay, that's an interesting pipe and lock setup for Iceland.
Ooh, I'll say.
Which one do you choose? Oh!
Into the flooded fort he goes.
And Sharky was unintentionally trapped there, tried to deal with one spiny gut, but, fun fact, you can't land on them when they're upside down. I think in other games you can, but not this one.
If you have a tail, you can actually flip them over and use them as a projectile.
That may be, but sometimes I feel that the tail swipes can sometimes, cause you to lose the tail depending on how the hitboxes work.
Well, Sharky did it no problem right there.
I did say sometimes. But look at how many spinies there are! Having this tail was a practical requirement! And just like that, the tail is lost. And oh no, Sharky lost the footing at the end and has to go through once more.
Honestly, I have no idea what he was doing there. It looked like he pressed down and just slid right down the slope.
I think it may have been a dropped input. I mean, I've done that many times thinking I pressed a button in time, but nope, I was a frame late.
Meanwhile, Proa handling Roy very handily.
Alright, 2 forts down for Classic, 1 remains, and I think Classic is just going to leave that fort alone.
Let's hope he doesn't later.
Here's the thing, let's play this by the numbers. we've already seen a number of worlds that had more than the appropriate number of forts. So most likely, Classic is playing the odds that Iceland only has 3 forts. Giantland is only going to have 1, if we've counted correctly. Which means, once we get through these stages, we're in the clear. Of course, when I say once we're through, that means we have to get through the dreaded 6-6.
Well, for all we know, there might be a bridge that needs to be built, but let's not go that far.
The only way a bridge can be built is if there's a 4th fortress in World 6, and I'm reasonably sure that there isn't going to be at this point.
Fair.
Sharky going through the water's just fine, as Pro is now going to go through the double set of Door 6 Fort and... I always forget the nickname some folks like to use for the 3rd fortress of World 6. I think some use Carpet Fort because of the carpet ghosts that, ironically enough, are originally premiered in the 2nd fortress of World 3.
I always thought it was because the checkerboard. It's the checkerboard carpet for it.
Oh, okay. 2-4, the Hidden Oasis stage. This one can be annoying in Rando because if you don't take the top path, the bottom path is riddled with random hammer bros, or in this case, fire bros. So in this case, taking the safe way is probably a smart decision.
But as you can see there, you still gotta be on your toes for enemies.
And, there was a 4th fort, but it was... No, that was the 3rd fort, because that's where the lock was. Yeah, there were no bridges necessary. So in this case, Pro was able to use clouds and hammers to get around, while Classic One has to go through 7-5 as a... Well, that was a quick Koopa Kid.
Ah, we get to see the jail cell.
That's what you called this place.
Well, every other spot has a nickname. Why not this?
I mean, every spot should have a nickname. Goodness, I have often called 2-1 the Mortar Motorway.
Gonna have to be careful with that angry sun here, though, in the bottom part of the jail cell.
Yeah, but fortunately we don't have to return to the bottom for too much more. And yep, I was right. 1 pipe left in Giantland. And in this case, Pro is deciding, let's just use the hammer now. Meantime, Sharky, go ahead.
Looks like Classic One took care of that angry sun.
And Sharky is just taking care of Morton Koopa Jr.
Oh, nice clip there by Classic One.
Bravo.
Very clever.
Proa has just taken... I mean, technically, Proa and Classic are not racing against each other. Remember, it is left versus right. But in this case, Proa, if this were a proper race, would have taken the lead by this point. Already in the air forts in Giantland. Classic, ready to enter Giantland. Sharky dealing with the fishes.
Hoping not to swim with them. Because it's hot down there.
Yeah, no one likes a lava bath. So, one more music box for the record. Oh, okay, yes, the Subrosians from Oracle of Seasons may like the lava, fine. Oh! Sharky got grabbed by Boss Goomba / Boss Bass / whatever the graphics were at that point.
Oh, that is not a good item set for Sharky right now. 4 item boxes and 1 pay wing. You hate to see it.
Unfortunately, once the Sledge Bros get up in this configuration, it's hard for them to get back down.
I'm honestly wondering, well, at this stage of the game, it's probably not a good thought to go for Mushroom. Oh, he is! Can't blame him, honestly.
I am not completely surprised. We need a better item set, and having a Tanuki suit as a fallback, not a bad idea. It does take a little bit of time, admittedly, but at this point, I don't think, sometimes you just have to take the safety plays, and I am all for safety plays if you need them. Okay, this is kind of a linear World 8 to start with, especially since Proa spent that last hammer.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Even though the races are where they are at the moment, time is still important for tiebreakers.
Are you able to explain part of the reason for that? Because I do not have that part of the rule sheet on hand right now.
I just believe that if there are any ties, they go to average time for runs. I don't have. Don't look at me. I don't have the rule sheet on me either. So don't take my word as law, folks. If you are curious, there is information down below, and you can also look it up at speedgaming.org.
Oh, okay. So Proa entered the normal tank level or the army tile effectively. We can tell because this stage will end in a non-boom boom level. It's always the boom boom levels that break locks or build bridges. But it was a short enough stage, so we'll take it.
It was a beta level, too.
Yep.
Can't exactly say which one, because I'm not fully in the know about all of them. But the important ones I know. Meanwhile, we see the World 2 fort.
Oh, Sharky got squished by Roy.
Meanwhile, Classic One is on his way to World 8.
Now, I am curious about Classic's inventory. Now,
it's a frog suit from the letters, so I don't think we'll be seeing that.
Alright, Sharky, you can do this. There we go. 4-hitter Roy is down. And Proa has to play through, but 1-3, so... Ooh, interesting decision. Will we see an item grab, or is this just going to be a card clear?
I have to imagine this late in the game, you clear it normal.
And that's what Proa's doing. Classic in the same stage.
I imagine the same play for him.
Yep. Alright. Now, hopefully, Proa remembers where some of those locks were on that third map, because that's where we've got to go.
Hey, it's a World 6 fort in World 8. You never see that!
Crazy dude, I can't tell if that was sarcasm there.
You're joking, right?
I'm not the best with sarcasm. It's all good, though. We are able to, tell Boom Boom to chill. As Classic enters the, Sky Beta level, as Proa enters in the Navy, where we can rando all the time. In the Navy, where getting PBs are sublime. In the Navy, where stopping boss bass ain't a crime. In the Navy, in the Navy. There, that is my one contractually obligated attempt at bad singing. Do not ask for any more.
Free bird! Free bird!
I'm a bad singer, not a bad guitarist. Actually, I'm no guitarist whatsoever.
That's fair. Ooh, that's a rare drop from Proa. Oh, he's using the frog suit for swag.
Okay, so what happened there? It was a hand that pulled Proa into 5-3. Decided to say, nah, no thanks. Got past it, and there we go.
He's lucky he didn't get grabbed again.
Aw, I kind of wanted to... I mean, as much as I wanted to see a frog suit attempt, it makes sense for Proa to use the fire flower.
I would have, at least we got to see it for a pipe transition, so you can't be completely denied.
Yeah, I know Human Mustard will appreciate a little bit. Oh, look at this! Classic is also using the frog!
That is one extra rare perk of the frog suit. You actually don't slip on the ice.
True, and it does provide an extra hit that some runners do use to take the hit and get back to normal power-up mode. Alright, bottom path proving slightly dangerous here right now. Proa does not want to lose that fire flower. Okay, we are good.
No laser beam there, so he's safe.
Alright, somewhere I want to say it's 35 fire flowers that we have to land on Bowser in order to end this.
Oh, whatever it is. For all we know, it's gonna end soon. Oh, wait, there it is! It's gone!
Cut thunk! Get your GGs out in chat, folks, because proa007 has taken out Bowser Koopa and is about to rescue the princess. With an official SRL time of 33 minutes, 21 seconds.
GG!
Alright, hopefully I hit the correct button there.
Meanwhile, Classic, it looks like he's playing out his I believe that's 5-3?
Yeah, that was the hand stage, I believe. But, oh, this is a long hand stage to play.
It shouldn't be that big of a deal, all things considered.
Oh, Hammer Bro encounter did not work well for Sharky there. And Classic is done with 5-3. Let's confirm if that was actually a hand tile or not. I thought it was.
Survey says... yes, it was!
Yeah, the thing about the hand tiles is, I believe it's, once you enter the tile, it's a 50-50 shot on whether you get dragged in unwillingly or not. Oh yeah, and one more hand tile to go. Well, Geetsu Cloud doesn't work, I don't think, but, we got through.
And now joining us is the winner of his race against sharky2107, Proa. Proa, way to go.
Thank you.
What did you think of the seeds?
The first seed, everything just seemed to click for me. Even some of my so-called mistakes, like kind of taking the wrong route in World 4, I should have gone the other way, but it turned out to work well because I got an extra hammer, and I was able to zip through World 7. The second seed, that opening level made me really nervous with a nasty 2-3 enemy combo, but after that, it wasn't so bad. Just kind of awkward, but by like World 5, I kind of found a rhythm, really moving.
Yeah, you look like you were firing on all cylinders in both seeds.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought I played very well in both, and playing within my comfort zone in both. was nice to get a sub 30 right out of the box, and then a good 33 on flags too.
And in the meantime, the TheClassicOne88 has just finished their side with an official SRL time of 36 minutes 4 seconds. We'll see if they wish to join in the interview booth.
I was a little surprised to finish ahead of Classic in both races. He's usually the other way around.
Well, it's a good thing you're not in the same group, isn't it?
I suppose so. But no, I'm pleased with my overall effort tonight, and I think it's going to bode well for going forward. Went in, didn't try to do anything crazy, and thought it actually very nice.
Yeah, it's always nice to get off to a 2-0 start, isn't it?
Yeah, that was the main thing, was just get off to a good start and not really stress about the rest. Worked out. Now
How do you feel? Sorry.
I know I got paranoia on Sunday, and that should be a good match as well. So take it none of it for granted at this point.
Do you like your odds of getting out of your group?
I feel comfortable about my chances. Again, I don't take any of my matches for granted. I always assume my opponent, really put in the time, really has put in the effort to make a run at me. That kind of edge that comes with that. I know Paranoia is a good player. I know Leslie is a good player. Leslie's been in the brackets, I think, both times. Paranoia has been a consistent, solid presence in the weeklies, the other races. So it wouldn't take much, I don't think, for one of them to really just catch fire and beat.
Well, I'm sure those are going to be very interesting matches to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to both of them. Like I said, I've got Paranoia Sunday afternoon. Leslie, we haven't scheduled yet, but probably time next time, depending on his availability. And get them done. And my main thing was done with the match as quickly as I could, so I could settle in and supervise the rest of the tournament without really having to worry about it.
Just kick up your feet and watch all the excitement of everyone else. I totally get that.
Yeah, pretty much. It's what I did last year for the tournament. I got my match done within like 10 days, and then spend the rest of the time trying to oversee the tournament, sure that all the sheep are herded and so forth.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see it all shake out. I've noticed there are a lot of new faces and a lot of people that fared very well and made even deep runs into the bracket stage last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do have several new faces. ISO Pickle in the earlier match was one of them. He did pretty well in his debut. He had a couple of hiccups that could happen to anybody, Wendy being Wendy, but that you learn that from experience. But he proved to be a good opponent for MIDI guys, so I was pleased to see that. And some Teeks is not exactly a newbie this time of the tournament. He's going to be a really tough out, both group play and if he makes brackets. Because of his Warpless and Hundo experience, he's going to be very tough to beat.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen all the names, but plenty of them. I'll put it to you like this. I was partially on the fence on joining this tournament, and I was like, I want to join a tournament for fun, if anything, and I didn't know if I was going to necessarily have fun with getting my butt kicked by 20 minutes every match.
Well, and one thing I will say is that we have fewer players this year than we did last year, but I think the skills gap between from 1 to 44 is a lot narrower than it was last year when it was 1 to 60. A lot of players have made some strides and improvement. I think I saw this live tournament in October where everybody won at least one match. Nobody went through undefeated. Everybody got a win, and that speaks well to the randomizer.
And with that in mind, we have, I want to say a veteran, but the name is throwing me off. TheClassicOne88, GG.
Thank you, GG. Yes, this is my first year playing randomizer, so I'm still learning.
Well,
congratulations on both your wins. I'm sure they're not the way you wanted to get them, but I'm sure Jaylow wanted to do his best.
No, yeah, that was unfortunate. So, GG to Jaylow, and I'm sorry to hear that he was just having a whole lot of issues, and I was having issues of myself. At least I had my frames and my FPS in the second one, because in the first one, I don't know what the heck happened, and everything was late for me. That's why you saw half the stuff you saw.
Hey. You still gave it your best, and that's got to be what matters, right?
That was far from my best, but thank you.
well, it's good to get this out of the way now rather than later in the tournament.
Oh, don't worry, I'm gonna continue because this is fun.
That's right. That's right.
Well,
It's fun to play any sort of randomizer, and then
Yeah,
watch everyone else suffer on the same seed.
Yeah.
Did I say suffer? I mean enjoy.
If the enemies were a little worse than 2-3 at the start of the seed, there would have been some suffering, I think.
Hey, shoutouts to using the hammer in World 7 on the second one, and not using it in the first one, and opening my menu for 3 seconds and showing that I had a hammer. Haha!
Well,
You know what they say, hindsight's, well, we'll not get there.
yeah. Hindsight is many things.
Just chalk it all up as learning experiences, and you all know what to do for next time.
Exactly. You got it right, Wolf.
To be honest, I seriously didn't know I had that hammer till I opened it like right before. I was not paying attention, so shame on me.
It's all good,
Yeah.
it's all good.
Meanwhile,
Oh.
Sharky's all the way to Bowser.
Right. About a
Hopefully in the end, though, it was entertaining. At least from my side.
Oh, absolutely. There shouldn't ever be a time where Brando isn't entertaining.
Yeah, that's why I just messed around, especially in the second one. I said, let's just keep having fun, why not?
Oh yeah, that's right. Because I noticed that little bit of play you had at the end there, Proa.
Oh, which one was that?
With the frog suit.
Oh, well, that was kind of quasi. That was kind of quasi swag and quasi. I was worried about another hand stage popping up, so I wanted to go in. If it was something I had to play, I wanted it not be Small Mario. Possibly take a quick damage boost. But I have been practicing frog percent for Mario 3, so there is that.
That's fair. I couldn't tell if it was a legitimate strategy or just for swag.
It was legitimate, but it had the opportunity to bring out some swag, so we'll leave it at that.
Fair enough. Meanwhile, Sharky lost his Fire Flower at some point, so he's doing it the long way.
Once again, make sure to ask for permission before you decide to hug someone so close, because not everyone likes it. Oh! Bowser didn't like it! Just shot a fireball!
Well, Well, GG. So G.
It's
All right.
not that he didn't like it. It was just the parting shot as he finishes.
Whatever you call that type of affection and affection response, Sharky has finished that seed with an official SRL time of 46:15.
GG.
And let's see if we can get him in for an interview.
So, while
Go
we
ahead.
have a moment, Classic One, how did you like the seeds?
How did I like the seeds?
Yes.
I would happily plant them in my rando garden.
So, that's a compliment?
Hey, whatever comes in my way, that's what happens, I suppose. It's up to me to play.
Fair enough.
All right. Well, so GG's. I'm gonna head out, but GG's Classic and GG Shark.
GG.
Yes, thank you for joining us.
Alright.
proa007, give him a follow.
Alright, hopefully we can get Sharky in shortly. Yeah, so there we are, Sharky2107, GG.
Alright, thank you. Whew.
Congrats for finishing.
Well, it was a seed.
Are we talking about the first race or the second?
Well, both were interesting. The second one, I think I got eaten as a frog. So, the boss bass was hungry.
Boss Bass ate a lot tonight. Not just your two matches, but I think the earlier matches today. It's like, maybe I shouldn't have had that salmon pasta for dinner. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm kind of glad with the times I got. So, because I am improving overall. So, getting sub 50, I'm happy with.
Well, maybe if you're lucky, you can try and get some decent matches out with your remaining opponents.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to those matches. I know Pura was the toughest opponent, so I told myself, might as well get the toughest one out of the way first.
That's pretty smart. Like, if you know you're not gonna do well against them, just make sure you get it out of the way so you can go onward and upward.
As a reminder, who are your other two opponents, Sharky?
I still got Per Nora and Leslie Pro, so... And I
Oh.
did face Leslie in the last tournament during the group stages, so I'm looking forward to those matches easily.
Oh man, that's that particular match. I know I want to call if I can help it.
Yep, Leslie's a good rival, so the RNG kind of got us in the same group, so
That's how it works at times.
So, any final thoughts?
well, GG's to Pura on the 2 wins, so I think Pura's what 4-0 now.
I have not kept up with the standings, so I couldn't tell you, unfortunately.
2-0.
Thank
I know.
you.
Oh wait. Oh, never mind. Pura's other matches is Sunday, I think. Kind of got the backwards. Whoops.
It is all good. We've only just started this tournament, and we still have quite a bit to go through.
Yep, there's a lot of matches I'm looking forward to here in the future, so
Well, speaking
hopefully
of that,
call one of them.
how about we go over a few of the matches, Wolf?
Alright, I happen to have the list on hand. So, some of the matches to look forward to tomorrow with regards to the tournament. At 7 p.m. Eastern, we will have Buzz Thunder versus Jabum. Then at 8 p.m., we will have TheClassicOne88 versus Paratroopa. And then at 10 p.m., Teeks88 versus F. Coughlin himself. So, that's what we have for tomorrow. If for some reason you want to see more of what Speed Gaming has to offer, well, we're going to send you over to a link to the Past Randomizer daily race once we are done with this broadcast, most likely. But we still have some of the link to the Past Randomizer Tournament tomorrow. We have some Goose Game any percent matches going on. Sunshine Lockout Bingo is still a thing, and of course, Thursday Night Magic at 9 p.m. So please, if follow the Speed Gaming Network along with Speed Gaming 2 through 6 for all of your speed gaming and other types of gaming needs.
Yeah, and I think that will just about do it for us. So, on behalf of Wolfman 2000, which I greatly thank for pinch hitting in, and by extension, on behalf of also LOZ Cards Fan 23, my name is the Crazy Dude. Have a good night, and we'll see you next time. Take us out.
Indeed. Keep on grooving all. Watch out for Boss Bass. Take care.